I do hear some music.
Oh yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, nobody, because I forgot to make the schedule that we are going to live today. I mean, I didn't say verbally that we are coming today, but that was a long time ago. 2 days is a long time.
Yeah.
But here we are, continuing adventures in the TARDIS, outside of the TARDIS.
It'll start initially in it.
I mean, that's how it starts usually.
Mm-hmm. Because that's the transportation method necessary to get to the adventures. Sometimes the adventures even occur within it.
Yeah, especially when they are started.
Well, you know, the original show proved that, and these stories just give more evidence of it. I would like to say that the arc that you're about to start is the longest one of them all so far. That's still true. 150,000 words in total.
Oh,
I
let's do it in one go.
will also mention that when I started that was not the conscious intention. I thought the last arc before this, the Daring Do one, was going to remain the longest for a while. But every single chapter for this new arc, most of them are pretty long. Average about 5,000 words or so.
I mean, it didn't become the longest for a while until you had this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are gonna have a necessary departure. And the waking up. Last time I assumed that we are going back to the present, where Daring said literally that, we need to go, I need your stupid blue box to go back to the past, where there is the only cure to the illness.
Noted, and that would make sense.
I mean, we could still go somewhere else, but if we are going that way, then Vision isn't gonna be here because she was left in Ponyville.
Right.
Was the Uppy left in Ponyville too? Or only Vision?
No, just Vision. So yeah, the last arc caught us up to what Daring knows so far, why she knows the Doctor, but doesn't know everyone else until now.
Until now, unless she had upon them. I mean, one of them is a famous writer. Or will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's start a necessary departure. Because there is trouble in the paradise.
Go for it.
Are we going back to the moon? Which was called paradise? No, we are not going there. Hopefully.
Well, unless the cure is there for some reason. But you wouldn't expect Daring to know that.
I would expect Daring knowing everything.
Okay.
But he started by the dog, especially since he was so engrossed in his writing. And the wind raised his head and then turned from the room and poses a woman to calm down before he calls out, "Come in!" Yeah, I imagine the stupid thing when someone's doing something that they shouldn't have. So they're like, and that was my headset flying off. So I don't see anything. That was a curious whip.
It's had a derpy derp.
We keep it in. It's alive. We can't cut it. I mean, I could, but I won't. Door cracks open, and now 50-minute poker forks her mother to the entrance and goes within. I hope I'm not disturbing you. You? Never. Beloved gazed at her and said, "Actually, you were. What's coming anyway?" Halloween. Oh. I mean, yeah, some people actually have to be told that, yeah, you are in the way. Don't be proud as she pushes the door open. The rest of the way using the face that's up inside. As she does so, she said apologetically, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to disturb you." But she his head, and at her proclaimed, "No need to apologize. Maybe you have news for me?" No, but I bought a muffin. There was a few paces into Falloway's room in the TARDIS. We have to clarify that we are inside the TARDIS. Moment. You note how it is dark in here again, aside from the few lit candles. There are a bunch of scrolls on his desk. Some of them are rolled up. And let's bring up the first picture of the day. I would not miss it. It would be nice.
What's wrong about him waking up here? Alright. Still good music for the scene.
There we go. I imagine very closely it would be if I never been to. Not as messy, probably.
Well, definitely very busy environment there.
I mean, we have the book open and writing. At first, most of our eyes are focused on this scene, but we left a little this away. A few tales later. When you busy writing? Let me guess it's based on the observation here. Yeah, trying to. And I replied, as he looked back at the replied on his desk. I was hoping to do more of that, but I was important with it. Looked down with a frown. We also came to your home village. We had a break, and I came out from our previous adventure before that. Just to be told, I was looking for having a little downtime. Heather, you are stupid. You have the red crystal where you can stop time and write whatever you want to do. You literally have a hyperbolic time chamber.
Sure, but if he does it in there, it would have to remain a virtual copy of the writing.
I mean, yeah, but that could be a sketch.
It's at least accessible to him that way.
Yeah, after you have the sketch, you can just copy it and write it down. It's much faster.
Yeah.
Look back at his desk. Not only would that give me some time to recover, but it might give me some time for my writing. He looked back at her. We were there for only one day, Duffy. I didn't sleep there even once. Duffy frowned again, as she said, "Yeah, I know what you mean. I didn't sleep there either." I too would have appreciated showing you around all around my home village. Some more. I mean, the plan was to stay there for a week or something.
Yeah, probably.
It's in a pleasant place. Alright, I live in the same direction as her love, and she ends more quietly. Most of the time, when the office party is not invading, or there is no monitor trying to rule over all the requests here.
Well, you see, she's being honest here.
I feel unsettled. that we just last mission there too. And that. Until first it seemed nice, and we left in the time machine. We came out back in before she even knows we left. No, we just knows. Even if you went back before she realized it, because she saw you or told you the first thing, she will still know because she's an empath.
Oh yeah.
That's true. No, I agree. I should look back at fellow with both sides. At first, but that's why your side smile. For her, I would assume, but literally, this. When she was asking, you didn't go away with the TARDIS while I was looking away, right? Literally asking the baby, did you not see the beat about her, didn't you?
Cute.
That's literally what she would see. Then, yeah, I know you did it. It's still a stage for me to think about. The whole adventure could occur in the span of a few seconds, potentially. Adventuring with a doctor in the TARDIS can open up my mind to a whole new horizon of possibilities. A few seconds of silence passing between them before further sounds. You have arrived at our next destination, haven't we? The one dying encouraged us to go to? I mean, does it take time to go through time?
A little bit. You've seen the show.
Yeah, but the timer is never that long that you have time to sit down and write stuff. It's all a further. Even if you knew that you didn't have time to sit down.
Well, they might have only recently taken off, and then recently landed too.
Yeah? Drop a note with a slight letting sound, as she said. Apparently, yeah. The doctor seems convinced that this is the time period as some ancient cure like this. For the amount, somewhere in my timeline. Robin tilted his head slightly and dropped it, but he said, "This might come all this way, maybe we should take more than just one sample of this ancient cure and melt it in your native timeline again. Or potentially, it might as well." Yeah, and also in the meantime, destroying the whole agriculture with bringing invasive crops and plants into the ecosystem, right? That happened before.
Yeah, I can.
None of this effort we are making it to zero it. It seems a shame to limit our time to greater than one sample. For the main sharks, who said you are going for one sample? You are making a lot of medicine. You can't do it with one sample. What if this disease comes up again? Or something else like it? Diseases and viruses have less habit of mutating. Even with it, we have to adapt too. Getting and planting another sample would save us the effort of coming back to this timeline. Again. You are going against your own words. Because you said they are mutating. So that means the last time it worked, the next time it won't. Even if you have the plan. But yeah, it makes sense to actually have not just plant it, have it in a greenhouse when it can just go out of control and destroy the whole ecosystem. This picture comes to mind immediately. Yeah, just plant it, right? I totally agree with you. Okay, nothing. 100% his choice. The only thing we don't know what is sample is that we have to secure, or how easy it will be secured. It will be to secure it. We need at least one. Can we get another? We will just have to wait and see. They don't even know if it's a plant or not. It might be an animal. For all we know. If we secure only one sample, maybe Dr. Kali can replicate it somehow. The mutant at still looks back at his desk. He seems to have access to science and technology, far beyond either of our time period. I haven't thought of that. Good thinking, fella. Appreciate. Huh? Or the doctor? Both of them seem to have access to advanced tech. No, they don't. In the doctor's case, if he can do it himself, he might at least be able to go another place, where he can replicate it. Also, yeah, did he ever mention that it is a plant? They just said it's a cure. But
Yeah,
they're just implying that, yeah, it must be a plant. What if it's not just a plant? What if it's a plant eaten by an animal and went to the war body and came out like shit, and that is a cure. You can't replicate it like just normally, right?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Like the very expensive coffee beans, which are literally fat cats or elephants. Well, since we are here, for the United Hall with Silver Magic, I want to take a few extra scrolls, Quill, and link with me. I didn't know you had there are multiple of you. But the chances of me getting another calm moment to write during this adventure is too low. I would have no chance at all if I don't bring any of these supplies. Once again, hello, you have a time stop ability. Besides, you know what I mean.
Huh?
Besides, they might come in 2 3 another ways later on. And I need to bring this another work anyway, to store and the team by mistake. Let me approach it further, and then let's further. I love the way she stands and my tone. I've always admired and been poets like you, Feather. Artists who use words like sculptor, sculptor. Sculpture, right? He painted with a bit of moss and at her own name description. Despite her embarrassment, she goes on to say, those well skated and doing jealousy, and have capture a moment and take a picture. But he can do that with emotions too. To me, that is magical. I've had many years of practice, but I explained as he floats the number, goes and start to float some supplies from his desk and then he tucks it into the saddlebag. One side in particular. In the horrible artist, something made inside of us, and it creates a sort of pressure. We need occasional outlet to let it out. Like a thought. Or a mirth. He supplies like this with you on the tables, and I step then. Not music. No, it really is not necessary for you to bring supplies on you because you can do that without those in the red crystal. What exactly your preparation you need? Because you will never know when the moment of inspiration is going to strike. Exactly. Celebrate enthusiastically. Now sit down. Go to right, flap her wings slightly in the chair for a manner. And grabs her hose together, which sounds like two hard coconut balls. Making flat together. You don't have a horse? No, that's coconuts. The other cries out, yay! Letting, very nice difference right now. We just have to wonder where she got the chocolate from, right? One of your passes to the system, but he has to appreciate like that. Looking at her for a second, he also noticed how the tip of Nuppy's tongue is sticking out to the left side of her mouth, just slightly. It seems unlikely to find out that she is doing that on purpose. This felt Nuppy, but also a normal expression. Ah, you mean that?
I've seen that expression on some cats and dogs too.
Yeah?
Sometimes.
So you literally mean this. You mean him. I knew it was way too silent. He was trying for something that he shouldn't have. The fellow looks forward to nothing. He widened his eyes. The warm feelings that passed through him a month ago also reminds him that moments like this are kinds of emotions he needs to capture and store in the red crystal. The loot that is hanging on a hook in his room, while the crystal is secure on the necklace. He has the necklace and crystal float over to him. From there, throw his hand through the necklace's opening. Then, let it hang on his neck. Good idea! Nothing is again. This is a sport for arguing tip over time in out given like he says fully. You never know when that might come in handy either. You will need that to capture a good memory. Like a photograph. Again, this is something and soul in it besides. And I've been that. He's been teaching me a few years past too. He actually has a whole virtual library in there. Virtual? Like Dr. Kelly's what? Nothing wonders. Hello, shake his hand, as he said. It's an entire mental construct in there, so not exactly. I don't feel as hollow either. But she thinks about it before morning. Well, the different way, this hollow sees no funny acid in there. The interrogation of the entire crystal empire in there. But it seems sad and lonely with him being the only resident there. Ah, so it's literally like this. If you know what this is, you know. If you don't know, you don't. Then I don't spoil it. You want. I guess I can read the figures. If I imagine all the food will empty of it all except for me, I don't think it would be feel nearly as warm and friendly. I would think there would be zombie ponies around. It might even feel sad and lonely. And at first, it might feel narrow and spooky. He looks up and as she calls. How did he of it? There were a few moments like that in the past. The time seemed empty. He looked back at her with her eyes. We used to be spoiled by everybody with a girl before we got a chance to know her. Back then, whenever she had anything to do in the town, we would all hide in their homes. It made the town seem abandoned. Yeah, that happened. That was until Twilight came. And God, you are stupid.
I'll give credit to Applebloom too, actually. That one.
Yeah? That's terrible. And the sun and nothing with this we found. Why was so missing? Let me give the shiny shark, as she explained. We were accustomed to a kind around back then. We didn't even know what she was. Actually, there was some nasty remarks playing about, like she was an evil enchantress. But spent by a pink pony. I don't know if you could hear that.
Yeah, I did, and you could have let it finish. It wasn't that long.
Yeah, but I don't want to them to learn the video just for that.
Okay, if you think they would.
They would. Hey, good Joseph.
Actually, I don't think you read the paragraph above.
That looks really nice with the film, but the man nothing. Why he speaks around. Hey, look, Joseph. You don't know what it's like. It might seem as easy to use since you have all the high-tech education. It doesn't like that with a small town force, though. We can get highly to the messages. Cannot have many more security anyway. A small town appear more vulnerable. So that's pounding expression, I think that's he admit. True, I didn't grow up in such a town, so I have no right to judge. If I didn't grow up in those exact same circumstances, I would have reacted in the same way. Reacted. Same way. Nothing is, as she said. Funny enough, it's an opponent like you that initially abandoned our mind. The road approximated. But Sparkle was also highly educated income without from Canton. Well, that was bound to happen eventually. But I said, as he observed in scene, and floated instead of my own. What do you mean that's far from Canton? Isn't it?
They're within sight of each other.
I mean, yeah, but Canton is high up, that's right. They are not that far from Canton, but you still have to take a train. So, they are not close either.
Usually, unless you fly.
Nah, even Twilight would rather take the train than flying. So, it shouldn't be that close.
She has avoided it before, after she got her wings. And there was a time that Spike had to remind her of that option.
Yeah? But usually when it's a small flight, then you will think twice about that.
It's also true that I've seen her take the train when she could have flown. So that even occurred in exactly the last episode.
You know what? She just wants to have the economy by buying train tickets.
Yeah, maybe spend a little more time with her friends.
Yeah, that's not a whole problem. In this one scene. But yeah, we don't need loneliness at the moment, right?
I guess not.
There we go. Yeah, but most stay individuals either stay in Canton or go somewhere else. The APC needs them more. The figures. For some reason, they don't tend to go or stay in an area filled with country argument. Maybe 10 times 15, we eliminate them. That happens suddenly. That was done. For me, seemed my present to me for the most part. And I said with a sort of smile. Yeah, but you are different. Remember, you literally went out running away from home just to be in nature.
Yeah. You did do that.
So you are very different from the other nobility. It is so reassuring to me that the future of Ecclesia, relative to my timeline, is moving forward to such a positive state, which is sadly. Sometimes police get worried about their personal future, or the future of Ecclesia at large. When feedback of the future actually turns out well, very well, it does help me to sleep better at night.
Yeah, you didn't highlight where you left off.
I know, but I know when we were here.
Okay.
Right? It's a nice future.
Yeah, just lie down there and relax. Stretch, and then fold your limbs under your neck. This is a pleasant oblivion.
Yeah. 76 weeks.
So little traffic here to bother you.
76 weeks monthly pass in and out with running. Serving and I eyeballs again. Know that we will move the one own path in our timeline. When we eventually return, perhaps a short timeline chaos come to fruition. Not because we saw it, I mean it's will occur approximately. We each have to do our own part. Just like in the winter werewolf, right?
Yeah.
Your batting was probably your own contribution, of the period. That, and all the strategy you and your family have secured together from the return of the Great Empire. I figured you hadn't heard any of my moves considering your disability. That's further. You said that to me either earlier anyway. I'm curious though, if you have any idea what kind of police do you enjoy my work? What kind of police do you enjoy my work in your time? Probably Rainbow Dash. No, she is just a nice new fan.
I imagine she eventually broadened out from there, but that's definitely her anchor point that got her started. Smolder was right. She's really well into anything that interests her. Um, and can be more blind to anything else.
Yeah? And it is very hard to make her try new things.
Well, it depends what the new thing is.
If it's not exciting to her in her mind.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, if it's not exciting, like a classroom setting, it could just actually put her to sleep really fast.
Oh. I'm trying back the picture for that. But
I
after
got
this, yeah.
Cutie Mark and the Horseshoe Toss.
Yay! But until this probably the period. That and probably all those in high societal circles, or higher education at least, and you know those are the types of police who tend to read more, and now therefore more likely to have come across your work. The information makes fellow thoughtful. Your work isn't overwhelmingly popular, from what I can tell. not yet. Not like required training in school or anything like that. Something more like others. What does it mean into those sort of things? More than likely, you have to inspire other products, to then inspire other products, and so on. I still want to say something, but I don't want to spoil anything, so no, I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
We can think about that after. And that cycle that started long before me as well. And I figured, well, he sure doesn't look pretty nervy. Whatever comes. I will let the future sort itself out, and do my part in the meantime. In the meantime, others are probably waiting for us, so we should meet up with them. Yes, let's! The figures. Yeah, and we are no, we are not having. Although my voice is not the perfect because yesterday we recorded some episodes of the investigations with my friend, and one of the characters now starts like this. Hello, I'm very naive, and you can understand what I'm saying.
Oh wow. Okay. But was that after the power outage?
That was yesterday.
Okay.
Oh yeah, then today for you.
So it was after the power outage?
It was way after.
Okay.
There you are. That expecting a win and not be enter the TARDIS control room. Along with everyone else. They sail aboard the ship. For the month, that includes the igloo. Sorry, I just needed a few months to gather my thoughts and supplies. And I've explained and apologized to the group. I assure you, it has nothing to do with Murphy. She was a good girl and informed me that you all were waiting. She never implied that Murphy was at fault. He knows how you are. What's implied, if you don't mind me asking? I had no chance with fellow Win. I she examined him, and he settled back curiously. Well, aside from my mislook, I also made some chores, quests, and things. And I explained that you upload out a few samples of them for a moment before floating them back into his bag. Also question, why would you need multiple quests?
Oh, some might break. It's happened.
I mean, yeah. Especially because imagining that you might not go into a very peaceful area. Who knows, there might be a T-Rex coming your way.
Oh yeah, that's happened before.
I'm a writer, you see, and I like to be prepared, just in case inspiration strikes me during the adventure, and then take opportunity to write it down. Funny we say that you might be inspiring some people, some ponies to write later on, right?
Yeah, I'll read the next paragraph.
Helen notes that the answer seems to please I knew for some reason. The kind of smile she gives him makes him think that she is building a kindred spirit. But anyway, since we are all here, Mr. Kennedy says, and she sensible to a look from the group, and the large student to the doctor, who is still near the Santa Claus. As she looks at him, the stem of the lollipop switches from the right to the left side of her mouth. Where and when are we exactly? She needs that sugar intake.
Actually, yeah, you can change the music now to something good for a conversation.
They are liking the spirit. You need that lollipop. Yay! Happy music. Turn on the homework of the last opponent, this police here. Dr. notes to indicate everybody standing in this room. The time of himself and Dr. Kelly. No differences in the time period. Since we are all aiming for a sample of extinct cure, we have gone back far in time. To the ancient age, actually. I mean, you could go to the future where you already went back to time, brought the cure back, and made sure that it goes again.
I guess, but you still have to go back to time, so this step really is necessary.
Yeah. Take on the answer an express here. Then I checked with the doctor. Also, does the express still exist at this time? The answer to the most of your question is no. Dr. S was dying. Okay, so we have the windows. If there is no express here, then the windows are still out there, making it cold.
Well, yeah, they could be.
I see. There is a sign with a tomato spoon and an electrical look. I mean, why do you say that now? You know when you are going. Right? They should know when the cure is.
Actually, she might not. Instead, she might know what the cure is, and told the doctor that, like, oh, I think I know when to travel, in order to probably
Oh,
find a sample.
take in your motor and the console.
But there is a possibility that she may have known, and I gave an idea when the cure might have existed, because she's also a historian. In fact, there's a lot of members of the party that are, such as Dr. Kelly, Daring Do, uh, Featherwind, and the Doctor.
Oh wait, I get it. There might have been multiple timelines when this cure popped up during history. And that's
Yeah,
why
that's
she
true too. Yeah.
and she just confirmed that, okay, then we are at this time probably.
Right.
Take your monitor. Keep your monitor on the console. Solving a question of the doctor. You can go to paramedic and look at what is around us. And when it's snowing, for example, we will know to put a warming gear before we step outside. Oh, it is snowing for sure. if we are before Equestria, and we are at the same place.
It's a different continent, so
Oh wait.
no guarantees what the weather was like back then and at that location.
Oh. Wait.
This is before Equestria, and it's not the same continent.
Oh, I thought that. Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought that we are on the same continent, but it was not called Equestria back then.
Okay.
That's how I thought. That's why I thought that yeah, the window was still there because there is no Equestria yet.
Actually, the weather wasn't that bad on the lands before the ponies got there. When the ponies got there, they brought the weather with them because the Wendigos are following them. So wherever the ponies originally came from, that's where the winter storm was.
Ah, so that's so literally like when my aunt came to visit from Ireland. She brought all the rain with her.
Interesting. Okay. You were done with that paragraph.
Yeah. I tried to click, but it didn't work for some reason. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, that looks on the head around the corner 4 times. Between the gesture and the look on his face, this indicates that the rest of the doctor, it indicates to the rest that the doctor has an important announcement, but he doesn't see all of the attention, he goes on to say. But first, I would like to make a very important announcement. For this particular adventure, he noted in such a way, putting the items of TARDIS with a bottle, I shall not be joining you all. Moreover, as soon as you will leave, I will take over to settle a few issues. I will go back to the past of Dainu and meet her for the first time. There's a minute grouping on the doctor in alarm. Something just happens to me the first to voice it. I mean, it would make sense because in the Dainu, in the last one, there was no one else instead of TARDIS.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. You plan on abandoning us in this time period? Telling us incredulously. No. No. Doctor replied. Abandon implies I won't return to claim you all. In my case, I do must come back when you are all done here with the mission. Why are you taking your oath? The PS in arm. What's so important out there and you have to do all this to do this all now? I think that the issues would be simplified if I go at this alone. The doctor explained. Some of them would be otherwise, shall we say, sensitive if you have all of you with me, even any of you. Especially since Nine already said that this is the first time meeting with Fellow Wind.
Mm-hmm.
What about the question I need to ask a lot? And the answer may change, and not in a favor, if I don't ensure that conversation is private. Discussion of the state secrets and the like. I mean, he did go to Celestia before meeting going on to the island.
The Lost Continent, but
Yeah. Sullivan knew enough to know that this group will normally be considered a burden to the Doctor. The explanation that the Time Lord is going to certain groups to discuss sensitive issues gives him a rough idea of what the Doctor is talking about. Then, he feels compelled to request. Can you give us all more of a clue as to what issues you will be discussing? The lieutenant looked at Benjamin when he asked the question. Upon reflection, he all realized that they agreed with his question. Then almost simultaneously looked at the doctor for an answer. Yeah, tell me why, Mr. Dr. Asphalt. For one thing, he looked at them to indicate Dr. Kelly. When we first met, you told me that you found certain clues in the annals of history, which indicated that two of us might meet. By telling me that, it also informed me that you were an important pony, and I would need to pay attention to you carefully. Like that, I didn't know that I would later do a deal that he had. And thanks to your tip, that's been on my to-do list ever since. I would like to chance to check it off the list, at least partially. Well, that I understand. But the guy said with a nod to the doctor. What if you just pop in and out of this time period a few days apart? Who else are you trying to meet that might go unfavorably if other authors are there? I am going to meet you and you and you and you. In another timeline.
And you were there? And you were there.
The doctor speaks again among our reporting here, as he said. And you see, I plan to build a little more momentum the night of the hourglass. I am playing for the chess here, and side by side making more moves on the other board. Yeah, I have to make you into a knight. There you go.
Yeah.
Because back then, you were just a pawn. You have to cross the board first. After the doctor said that, I divided her eyes in recognition. When she realized that one of the members the doctor plans to recruit is her own herself. Yep. Feeling anxious and curious, he gives the doctor another questioning look, and hopes she is smart enough to realize what she is silently asking. In response, the doctor meets her gaze. He is lying a very subtle nod, and every other pony other than Pedalwind bit. Pedalwind also noticing how the iceberg is lying a very deep look of realization and contemplation. For Danny's part, he had mixed feelings about the announcement. On the one hand, he knows how important it is for the doctor to do this. He would have been standing here if it weren't for what he's about to do with her past self. Nor would any of her other adventures likely occur either. He owes him a lot for that action. Are we sure about that? No, I believe that Rhino would have been able to do all of this on her own without the doctor. He will be able to travel back in time.
According to this story, he helped her to achieve her dream.
Yeah.
And realize more fully what it is.
How would this the story go out right out if the doctor wasn't there? Let's see. They would have landed on the island just fine. the TX would have still happened, and she would still go back to have her dollars. She wouldn't be able to talk to the Silverian. But she's a Pegasus, and they were actually like, oh, my goodness! So, for that part, they would probably still have the guy, the Silver Saitaro, that we still don't know what happened with him.
There was some emotional support too, and he did make some of the plans.
Okay, so what would have
And-
happened about
And
this?
outright rescued her from death when in the same chamber where Tennant died.
There's only one different thing that would have happened. That is, let's come out dying. That is the only thing that would change. Because timey-wimey stuff, the doctor would definitely take the alcohol that away. If
that's
they
true,
wouldn't.
that would actually change a lot.
I mean, yeah, she would be probably stuck on the island. I say, airline, she would be stuck in there. Because all of the ship crew were definitely taken away.
Yeah, to be sacrificed to an agent of an evil entity.
But I assume with Saitaro being killed off later on, and the serials welcoming her, she would be able to find the Stargate. And probably the lawyer, what was it, Quattricotle, would be able to still tell her about her moral compass. And go home.
Yeah, that entity would still be able to act as a translator in that adventure.
Yeah. You know what? I believe that she would do all of the things that she did alone.
Okay.
So nothing would change other than Kamala dying. Or maybe Kamala would have been fine as well. We don't know how much of that sector. Oh, we are gonna empower the uncriminal was just an act on us. Here's a lot for the action. Yeah, we are running this. But on the other hand, he was also looking forward to finally joining the Doctor. Even pudding. More even pudding. This she finally feels more or less heavy. Nan can be very stubborn about doing her adventures alone for years. But since things have changed, since she lost met the Doctor. For one, she has gotten much more experience as well, as feeling considerably more confident in herself. And her skills. At this point, other ships are likely to hurt less. If anything, gathering more alliances is far more likely to make her stronger. That's the extra knowledge those useful allies could provide. For two, they recently encountered another adventure that she would have failed if it weren't for the seventh half. Was that the Rainbow main fan of hers. An adventure so daring and independence has been pushed too far. That, and it's felt nice to have found proof that there are indeed others trustworthy on both the technical and moral front. always that she would remain open-minded. The possibility. And finally happened recently. And this is why he realized, I can ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
As for she, Lang isn't the only one who has been improving over the years. So the antagonists Lang has faced have a team of their own. And the bad guys, they work against better. Each and together they have against her. Including Lang to realize she's getting playing a losing strategy. If she sticks to her independence too quickly. Even if it's 1-2 against 1, that her enemies are capable of twice as many actions per second that she can pull off. There you go. The ultimate team of evil.
So, Fiend's ship is magic.
Yeah?
I don't know, that changeling on the bottom corner there seems a little bit innocent. And the diamond dogs are actually split apart here. For just a moment, I thought there was a copy of them.
No. But really, all you need here is just some, what was her name? Celestial evil counterpart? Sunburst or Eclipse or what was that?
Daybreaker.
Daymaker. All you need is Daymaker and Diamond Moon. And it's easy. Considering all of that, it's a shame to her that the doctor is backing off. Now, just when she finally feels closer to being equal, and is equal enough not to just feel lost or dependent in his shadow. Given the fact that Nang is a quest in this adventure, no, Nang is a horse in this adventure. That she is a professional adventurer too, that she knows history well, and the fact that this adventure is her personal request, I'm leaving her in charge of this mission, if there are no objections. I object! Let her propose it. I swear to you, I didn't say that. Oh, it was serving. I thought that would be following. Who said it? So, it's elephant.
Feather Wing?
Halloween.
Okay. Okay.
Halloween is the ship name.
Sure.
Because if you say no, if you say storm wind, that's a fault. I object. Storming sun immediately to the doctor. He then looks at and gives Tiger a nod. I shared. I'm not objecting to your personal leadership. You seem to have some rise in your spine and still your nerves. You would like to fight in the context of your mission, even if you don't mind the doctor and go on to say, you should join us, doctor. It's your departure that I'm objecting to. To? That's one or too many.
Yep, it is. Departure of that.
If none of us are there to protect you, then the next thing necessary you suffer might of their consequences. We need you, Doctor, likely far more than we know. Maybe the whole universe needs you more than we know. And besides, if you die out there while you are away, then the leaves are sudden in this time period. No, because time reminds myself, if he dies while he's out there, his past self might come and get you. Right? And you will never know if he dies or not. I don't think any of us would want that, no matter how better this one and time period is. Also, if he dies, he just resurrects. We have our own too. We have goals of our own too, you know. Things that we have to do. Does Sun not know that the Doctor can regenerate?
She's somewhat aware of that, but you can see why she's still concerned. This is the opponent that's the most focused on security.
Yeah. That's what it shows, as she said. But for the reasonable concern, I admit, or please have some faith in me, as I have with all of you. That's why you are all sitting here on my ship. I trust you all my life. Now get to the edge of the ship, let me push you into the water. Do the same move as he originated in objection. Though it was like that as he came next time, as he continued. Believe me, I have been traveling through time and space for many centuries now, and I know my limits very well. No, you don't. No, you don't. I object to that notion. I'm not throwing a random course in the toilet in this time. Instead, I am mindful with objectives and plan direction. I even know there is a sequence I plan to accomplish each of those objectives. In the meantime, Larry looks at her. So, you mean to say that Orko's death was planned? I mean, we know that he was sick, so he couldn't be saved.
He may be up to other things too.
Yeah. Of course, the details may vary depending on what I encounter. I can only get one so far, but in this case, I'm asking you to trust me, and the fact that I have a solid plan this time is the first and the last time when I have a solid plan. In the end, it will only serve to our benefit. We need those allies in place for us to fulfill our mission. If I don't, then it will be my enemies who will get in the game more and more over the lead. Trust me, I remember what the stakes are. They are made of horse, of pig, and they are made of hair. My friends, and everyone in the universe, this service is protected. You all know me and what I stand for. Please believe me. Please believe in me. What are you, kind of a god? Asking the believers. Please believe in me. Is that thing you are about to do? To help us gain some lead to the kingdom of Amir too? And I've been checking with the doctor. The what now? Like asking for the confusion. I told them the doctor was asking. I explain the details later if you wish. And the offer dying. Long story short, some acting aliens corruption from my innocent blood, and the doctor promised Robert Little that he would have to return those that were stolen from that blood. So far we haven't returned any, and we even suffered an ambush with one of our most promising additional leads. That's why we were later in Ponyville. We were trying to recover from that emotional blow. Oh! I see. They said with accepting, understanding, and also sympathetic nod. It just might. The transform phenomenon. With extra light joining our cause in the fringes, some of which may invite us through. This can expand our network of allies, resources, and information. And going to live, it may add to our to-do list since they are aware of other problems that need to be addressed. But still, in the long run, this will be a boon. But also, the more allies you have, the more chance of a break being in there as well. With a time machine on your hooves, time becomes very subjective. There is no realizing. Those kidnapped everything Indians you are also about might not suffer more than a few seconds of absence from their home world. It is enough to approach in the situation from a prepared stand. Sure, we can also have happy music. We are preparing for an action, after all. We are an adventure. It is always where I am the strongest. Dr. Gates with dying. Obviously, the first place I go to is getting information. That includes the realization that there even is a problem to solve. And I continue to steadily gather more information about the action gathering others or into sharper focus. Even the whole thing there, and includes putting forward initiative that have me gather more intel later, and Laura put a plan into action. They engaged the word proud, as she said. But alright then, all of that sounds perfectly fine except Doctor. I don't have much experience in teams at all right now. That's all leadership. You may wish to consider nominating another hero, but then you just yourself. But if you never try, then you will never get experience, right?
Uh-huh. You could see why she's nervous about that.
Yeah. I'm mad that you don't have much experience with this. Don't recur with Darling. Nor do they have any experience with traveling in time space adventure without me. You see, people is dying and dying. Right there is the problem, and the solution is simple. Believe me, I'm in monitoring you all closely enough, so that you will need my help, even if it comes to it. But for now, I think this will be a valuable experience to you all. To know that you can rely on yourself and each other if need be. And you don't always have to be beside you to ensure your success. For the reasons, perhaps I will be unable to help you in the future. And you ought to know right now that if a minute event occurs, you will still be fine, because you can rely on each other. By saying that, you make this force together, by also leaning on the hands for support. So literally what we have here is a customer with Rumi, and they literally said that, okay, you will be falling, and you will have to deploy your own falling strategy. Bye! I mean, this is literally what happens in the show. When the teachers are just watching, they know what's happening, but they don't do anything, they let the kids do the thing.
Yeah, this is kind of similar. It's think about that. He's going to the past in order to encourage young Daring in order to help her realize her potential as an adventurer. Originally, he encouraged her through his presence. Now he's encouraging her through his absence.
I mean, for all we know, he might actually just go away, let them leave, and come back immediately after finishing everything in the past, and just follow them, the shadows.
He could, yeah. I mean, especially after what you're about to read.
So we got and said, I suppose you have a point. Are you sure you will still be monitoring us? Absolutely. It was than it told. I swear that I will appear when you need me. So we shakes her hand, as she said. I shouldn't like this, because we can't monitor and or go after you if you are in trouble. We don't have access to our own time machine. And here comes into question the rules that he was preparing, that they can go into the time machine. Remember that? Remember those ruling crystals or whatever they were? I don't know if he finished it yet, so. I think you will all be surprised what you're capable of when the need arises. The term claims you should look of the cube. Don't counter anything out yet. You may still find the resources you need. Come after me, your adventures if need me. You will meet him. And then a tent appears behind him, coming out with mission. Right? One of the variations I'm thinking of now is to help us get more allies. Allies who are also prepared to quantum time and space, or at least monitor it. Help them with their problems, and they should be able to return to favor. Like me, with my problem right now, like me as an example. If I don't get help I need with my current problem, then the disease I have been talking about is probably no way to out it. Yeah, that definitely sounds like well, that sort kind of disease. That's in the future I would want to see, and with the case that food is starving. We promised each other that we would do whatever we could to have actually a brighter future. That includes traveling through time and doing whatever we can. Okay, so we concord with the current problem in her of her hand. What's the future? Don't really matter to me anymore. Why my mind came into frozen immediately? Because it doesn't bother me anymore. Anyway. I will deal with the issues that are right in front of me. And right now, I know that I do and her noble mission. I'm probably willing to help with that objective regardless. Me too, which I did. This isn't with us this time either. I have to babysit her, so I'm going to join all of you this time. I almost ran that his Richard isn't with us this time either. I just have to babysit her. You will have to babysit me. As for me, I'm a medical doctor. That's carry illnesses. I made the second vow a long time ago that I will do whatever I can to improve the health of others. Plus, using nothing new, I'm interested at least candies would be acting medical care on your world. Why did I think that she would say that I'm interested to scan you?
Probably that too. So you can get a baseline for to monitor her health with.
Yeah? Also, I guess it's like a suitable replacement for it. Preparation against whatever ailment that is in concern this time, or any other in the future. I mean, you are probably already gotten out of this disease right now. Because Nang is here, and she is the first to. Either she or Kamala was the first who brought the disease to the mainland.
Well, she wore the fake amulet, remember? It helped augment her health. That was its actual function.
Yeah, but also realize that Kamala was wearing the real amulet and was
Right.
very close to the one that thought.
Yeah, he may have contracted two problems because of that.
Yeah. But yeah, I still believe that even though knew herself in the container of the disease right now, even if she doesn't feel the backlash just yet.
Yeah, that's a possibility. And Dr. Kelly's scans may help detect that, if it's true.
Yeah? We'll see of scientific discovery. I'm also interested in medical techniques of my ancestors. Who knows? Maybe some of those methods are actually better than the other ones in my home world. Yeah, like the Chinese medicine, right?
Hmm.
The scientist and serious medical practitioner. I was always endeavor to be curious, selective towards any potential improvement to thinking art. As such, I felt declare that you can count me in on this mission. In fact, you might find Dr. Kelly a multi-second in command on this mission. So you can command to that I knew. He has also experience, knowledge, and a good head on her shoulders. All things are also trustworthy, especially in this case, the medical issues are involved. Then do not tell the doctor, as she said. Notice, and I trust you to your mission as well. Whatever it is that you plan to do, wink, 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 wink. Whatever it is you are trying to do.
Wink!
He feels a moment as she goes up against her smile. And upon to say, thanks. There's a sudden, deep knowing look in the doctor's eyes. I smile towards the dying look. He looked at her and said, you are most certainly welcome, Milady. I have just one question. Where did he get the hat from? Remember, he doesn't wear a hat at this moment.
No, he doesn't. Now, he might have it in his own closet in the ship. Or that's something else he picks up before he meets Daring-Do in the past. He possibly picked that hat up in her time period at a shop along the way.
I mean, sure. It can happen.
Yeah.
But it might also be a keepsake. Or whatever other adventures he's going on.
I discovered, and even very early on in the Doctor Who show, he had been collecting mementos of anything and anyone that's special to him.
I mean, yeah. Especially
Like
because most of them they couldn't be on the ship.
well, I almost gave an example, but it might be a spoiler, so I'll just say that keep watch for that. You'll see it if you pay attention.
Yeah, just in case I'm just not saying anything, just speaking out. So,
Okay.
this has been setting up for trouble. This is the calm before the storm, right?
It basically, you establish who the characters are and what their plans are.
We know where the Doctor is going. They do knows,
Uh huh. Yeah.
and they are in the past time in a different continent, which I misinterpreted as, oh yeah, they are in Equestria, but so far in the past that it was not called in Equestria yet.
No, they're not even on that land at all. And even if it was, it's in the very ancient past.
So yeah, we might still meet that little dinosaur, maybe even literally the little dinosaur.
Yeah, it's a possibility. He did say ancient past.
It would
And
be
sure,
funny.
there could be plenty of plants that may have existed around that time that later on, for various reasons, grow extinct later on.
Yeah, it would be funny if they meet the same dinosaur, but maybe form.
Well, for that matter, what if that is the same continent, but the ancient past of it?
Yeah, I mean that was a lost continent at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would definitely remember it if we saw a kind of like a mountain top, then we will know we are there. Or maybe the
Well,
architecture in the temples can be
yeah,
very similar.
that's a possibility. There was a claim that those temples, that the pyramid, has been there for a very long time.
I mean, because you said that uh, we are in the past and not in the past here, I immediately assume that we are in the same continent than where they were.
No, it's not.
No, I mean where they went to the lost continent.
Ah, okay.
That's,
Well,
that's
that
what I
is a
meant.
possibility. Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense if they had the web source around there, then they would probably have a cure because they were still alive.
Well, if they meet that same civilization during its heyday, they would also meet the Silurians while they were still running the temple.
I'm curious as to what happened to that lost continent after they left. No. Because
So,
they knew said that wherever this cure was available, the place is not available anymore. It's an acting cure.
lots of questions. So, what did you think of this chapter? The opening to this new and really long arc. That's
It's
practically
a
one
very
of
good thought. It answers everything that we need to know, other than what Visual is doing, but she is not part of this adventure. She is having fun in Ponyville. Or
personal
maybe just
interaction.
doing this. They left me here.
There was some personal interaction there too, towards the beginning with between Featherwind and Derpy.
Yeah.
So we not only got motivations for their actions here, but some personal traits too. Characterization.
There's one thing I wanna see by the end of this chapter. And it's
I wonder if you noted the fact that the Doctor knocked on the rail 4 times. That was a setup for something else that occurred in a Skydancer story.
yeah, the drum beat. And such a hint that Oh yeah, it was just a little... I remember that. I mean, that happened in the actual show as well, right? The bit.
Yeah, that's gonna come up every once in a while. Which Feather eventually notices the pattern to.
But yeah, there's one thing I wanna see in this whole, what is it called, arc. By the end of this arc, I
What's
want
that?
Nerfy to save the Wanderers.
Do you want Derpy to do what?
To save everyone else, everybody else.
Ah,
Alone.
okay.
To be the hero, to be the heroine of this arc. Because she didn't have the time to shine.
Well, there's more of a chance of that now. She's going to be an active participant in this adventure, but the Doctor's backed off. Sort of taking his place is Daring Do herself,
I mean,
who is not even accustomed to being in teams anymore, let alone being in charge of one.
and I said, the Doctor is known for doing this stuff that just coming back to the shadow and letting them do the rest of the work and have their own adventure.
He is very smart. So he sized her up really quick after they met each other and realized that not only did she encounter me before, and I haven't done that yet, but I can also see how her potential could be even further augmented if I, during this adventure, back off. So that she takes the spotlight instead. Showing that you can do this. You don't need me around. And that's also showing the rest of his companions that too. You all don't need me all the time.
Because you will not have me all the time as well.
Yep. It can happen. So this is kind of like a teaching lesson he's getting for them.
Yeah. So next time is in 4 days.
Okay.
We are gonna have some trouble in paradise. We are gonna follow the Doctor because we have seen already what's happening with the Doctor in the last arc. Even if not, we didn't see all of what he did. We saw one adventure of his. But we will see if we are in need in the Lost Continent or not. We probably immediately see it.
I'd like to see a post of that next reading in chat. I think it's April 30th on my end, but I'd like to confirm that.
No, it's not. Because for me, it's wait. For me, it's not in 2 days. It's in 4 days.
If that is 4 days away from me, is April 30th.
Oh. It's April 28th right now. So it cannot be April 30th for you.
Yeah, so go ahead and post in chat the next reading so I can confirm exactly when it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be, for you it's gonna be May 1.
It might be, yeah.
Because for me it's May 2.
If it's true, I'll have to correct my alarm here.
But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. And see you next time. Bye bye.
And thank you for the reading. Bye bye.
Hopefully I won't get an electric blackout again. Because today, some more Anti-Blasters. Good night. Oh yeah, bye bye.